Hello everyone and welcome back to Modern Minecraft 1.7. So, don't have a whole lot to do here, but I would like to do a little bit of something with Botania here. I've got this Alchemy Catalyst, which I need to put under this mana pool so I can craft some certain items. Alright, and let's try that. Okay, so throwing dirt in the mana pool gives you coarse dirt, which I guess went in here. 35 of it. What? Oh, I guess maybe I pulled some of it back before it was done. Okay, I guess that's what happened. Alright, and with the coarse dirt, we can make this stuff called Trodden Dirt, which I think looks pretty good. Let's try replacing the gravel I've laid down here with it. Oh, that uprooted that torch. Okay, that's fine. This is kind of nice. It's like a little bit sunken into the ground. I think its collision is still the same. It's just a visual dip, but I really like it. It looks really nice. If I'm not mistaken, aren't they adding something kind of like this in 1.9? I could be wrong about that, but I would like some more of this stuff. This is very nice. I don't know how much mana making the coarse dirt uses. I'd imagine not too much. But I think those endo flames should kick off in just a few seconds here. Okay. Oops. Got some of the coal. I wish I could make more good episodes on the server, but I just haven't really been feeling like doing anything on here lately. I've just been more focused on other things, I guess. So, I don't know, it's a bit unfortunate, but nothing I can do about it. Wherever my interests are, that's where they are, like it or not. Also still working on gems as best I can. I'm just, well, that's kind of odd. I guess you could say I'm a bit nervous about it because I'm making such large changes and additions. It's one of those things where if I don't do it right, it's likely to upset people. Possibly, or at least that's what I would expect. I don't know if it actually would or not, but I'm just trying to be very careful about what I do, thinking it through very carefully. I do have a few ideals, and I know of quite a few bugs that need to get fixed. Nothing especially game-breaking. Well, that's interesting. It's like there's just a ton of cows all in that one spot. That's kind of freaky. There is a pretty bad bug with the Chaos Gems. It's not harmful. In fact, you could abuse it really well. Especially with Flight Chaos Gems. As to how to trigger said bug, I think I'll leave it a mystery. But I'm actually using it right now. You'll notice that there's no Chaos Gem in my inventory, and yet I am flying. Let's see, I got a few more dirt that I can change out, and then I'll have to make some more later, I guess. Alright, but the Wand of Equivalent exchange has been really nice, especially for making this road. I don't have to dig the ground out. I can just, you know, left-click to place single blocks and trace out some patterns and then fill them in, fine-tune them a little bit later on. Did I really get that potato from all the way over here? Have I shown my potato farm? at all? I don't think I have, but it's just a simple golem potato farm. It's got a sprinkler in the middle, probably overkill. A little chest for that one golem to pick up all the items in. The harvesting golem, I believe he's got an order and an Ordo and Aqua upgrade. The Ordo, I think, is what makes him replant, and the Aqua is to increase his range. And below that, we've got some basic Buildcraft pipes at first for extracting and accelerating the items, and then we got a very basic logistics pipe system here, just for some fine-grained control. It's powered by a culinary generator. I'm just putting regular potatoes in it. That's good enough, I'm sure. I mean, it's going to take forever to charge this thing up completely, but I don't really care too much. The potato supply's actually gone down a lot, but a lot of it probably went into the turret setup. So this is a pretty simple system. Let me get out a wrench. Just got polymorphic item sinks and providers on the barrels themselves, supplier pipe on the ender chest, supplier pipe on the culinary generator, and that's all there is to it, really. Okay, so I'll just cover that up. And the potatoes are for the potato cannon turrets, which I would like to have everywhere. I'm kind of trying to decide how I want to do this. There's a problem of supplying them, which I'm trying to figure out. Right now, this setup has an ender chest with a hopper, which works. The only problem is I'd have to replicate that for every turret setup that I have, which is a little bit annoying. The ender chests are fairly expensive. I did get a stack or two of blaze rods from Chaotic recently. I built this little drawbridge thing for him, which I should probably go show that off. And he said I could take a few stacks of blaze rods in return. So I have done a little bit more work on this energy system, just kind of fine-tuning it. I'm not using the newest build so far, but I think I set it so that the pylons transfer energy every 2 seconds. They will only, or no, twice a second. So that kind of updates just sort of often enough. And I think I made it so that they only look for a new altar every 10 seconds. That's one thing I'm a little bit concerned about. It's, the pylons look for the altar, and if they don't find an altar, they're just going to be checking for an altar every few seconds, and that may not be a big deal, but I don't really know. That's one thing that has me mildly concerned. Like, all these pylons are okay, they're within range of the altar, but if someone who's not familiar with the mod, they might place a lot in places that don't work, not realize it, and then just have these things searching this rectangular, or this box, every 10 seconds, which, again, is probably not that big of a deal, but I try to optimize my code whenever I can. So, I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out eventually. Other than that, I don't think I've really done much here. Haven't been on the server a whole lot. I really need to devote more time to searching for an actual job. Although YouTube is fun and all, it does not pay much. I mean, I've been at this for... how long's it been? 20 months? And I think in 2 more months I'll get my second ad revenue check, which has a minimum payout of $100. So, yeah, I make next to nothing by doing this. I might have had a job by now if I had like different life circumstances, but there's just been so much stuff going on. Not all of it I want to talk about really, but it's just a lot of things that prevented me from looking for a job during parts of the past 2 years that I should have been really. I think it's been almost a year since I've even really tried much. Alright, well, here's Chaotic's place. He's kind of turned this into a little castle fort thing. He says all this stuff right here, he's going to tear apart and rebuild as farms are going to stay. He's going full-on magical crops. He can craft pretty much anything at this point, I think. It's just, like, not even funny. I should come by and steal some of his gold essence. He'd probably never even notice it was gone. But, wow, are these things, like, all out of power or something? Oh, yeah. His base runs out of power all the time because he uses so much, and he doesn't have, like, a system to automatically fill the generator. That's something he should focus on getting done pretty soon. Let's see, what's got here? Just a basic dropper without anything like a button. You just have to sit here and press the button, which doesn't work very well if you have a ring of magnetization, apparently. Okay, well, we can fix that. Alright, so the bridge. This is a fairly simple frame machine. I know it looks pretty bad, but it's not really. It's got a bridge that extends outward to below this gap and moves up one block, and then if you press the button again, it'll retract. So basically, it's just got two states, extended and retracted, controlled by this toggle latch. If you flip that, which you can also do by pressing one of the buttons, see, it toggles these two wires, switches which of the frame sliders are moving, and it will move the bridge to the appropriate location. Its motions are limited by stoppers here, here, and here, and of course the floor above. So you can see we extended the bridge, not expanded it. You can press the button again and retract it. Pretty cool. I think it uses something like 320,000 RF per movement, like either extending or retracting it. So it's a little bit expensive to run. I think it's got just a couple solar panels right here, which, oh, I hadn't realized they had connected textures as well. Why did I not notice that? Huh. I don't know why these things don't output their charge more. It's kind of weird. All the wiring in his place is funky. I don't even know how you access that. Guess you have to go up from above. Yeah, I don't know what the problem with this energy conduit is. Like, it just doesn't charge this thing properly. Does this have to be manually set to an input? Oh, it does. Okay. So it's just something about the thermal dynamics flux ducts and the Ender IO capacitor banks that's not quite playing as nice together as you would want them to as if you were using Ender IO energy conduits. Okay. You know, it's kind of weird. He's using thermal dynamics energy transport and using Ender IO for storage, and I'm using thermal expansion for energy storage and Buildcraft for energy transfer. It's kind of weird. And the main reason I'm using Buildcraft for energy transfer is just for the challenge. I often I usually don't say them out loud, but I often make like little rules for myself on every server or world that I play. Like, I'm not allowed to use this. I need to keep this to a minimum. I need to use these certain things. And this server, I'm challenging myself to use Buildcraft as much as possible, but at the same time, I'm also trying to limit technology and focus more on magic to some extent. Although I've kind of got an even mix of both, I think. I always prefer the technology mods over the magic mods, mostly. But I would like to do more Thaumcraft. this time. Like, maybe get into some of the expansions, like Technomancy. Maybe that'd be something I would like. Oh, and we got magic bees. I keep forgetting. I might want to try the bees. I'm not sure. At least the magic ones. That could be pretty fun to get into. I should think about doing that. Although I always get sick of bees before I really get anywhere with them. I don't know. Just things that are worth considering. Anyway, let me know what you think of this road. I'm not quite sure what I think of the random curviness. I guess it actually looks pretty good now that we got the Trodden Dirt. It looks like that just happens to be where people have been walking for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going with. I just wanted to get a path down to kind of try to figure out where I'm going to be putting buildings and such, and I don't really have any concrete overall plan. I'd like to have this whole area kind of like a little village, or a town, or something like that. Well, it's just something to think about. I'm not in any big hurry here. I'm not the type of person who thinks I have to get to the super fancy endgame armor as fast as I can. I'm just kind of plodding along, doing things as I feel like them. That sentence could have come out a bit better, but we'll go with it. Alright, so as always, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, you can do that. So you can keep up with what I'm doing, otherwise you'll probably forget about me. And where am I even going with this? I don't know. Maybe I should just go to bed. Cry myself to sleep. No, I'm kidding. Really, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.